The day Amelia Hart buried her mother, the sky wept with her. Rain soaked the black earth as the coffin descended, each thud of dirt echoing inside. Amelia's chest like a final goodbye she was never ready to say. Her hands trembled over her swollen belly, 7 months. Pregnant, while her heart tried to survive 2 unbearable truths at once. Her mother was gone, and the world felt terrifyingly empty without her. Margaret Hale had been everything to Amelia. A quiet woman with gentle eyes and modest clothes. She lived in a small countryside home. Never flashy, never demanding. Amelia had grown up believing her mother was simply wise and frugal. She never knew why strangers treated Margaret with reverence, or why luxury cars sometimes waited discreetly at the end of their road. Margaret always said, "Some things are safer when hidden." Amelia's husband, Victor Hart, stood beside her during the funeral. Dressed sharply in black, his expression unreadable. He didn't hold her hand. He didn't whisper comfort. His eyes kept drifting toward the guests, powerful men, foreign dignitaries, people who looked wildly out of place at a humble burial. Amelia noticed but was too consumed by grief to question it. When the last prayer was said and the mourners began to leave, Victor cleared his throat. "Amelia," he said coldly, "we need to talk." She turned, eyes red, face pale. "Can it wait? I just buried my mother." Victor reached into his coat and pulled out a folder. Crisp. White. Legal. "No," he replied. "It can't." Her breath caught as he shoved the papers into her trembling hands. Divorce petition. The world tilted. What is this?" Amelia whispered. "I'm ending this marriage," Victor said flatly. "Your mother is gone. There's nothing left tying me here." Her fingers curled protectively around her belly. "I'm carrying your child." Victor scoffed. "Don't be dramatic. I'll send child support. Sign the papers." Rain dripped from her hair as Amelia stared at the man she once loved, searching desperately for the warmth he used to have. It was gone, replaced by impatience and cruelty. "You're doing this, today?" she asked, voice breaking. "Yes," he snapped. "I've wasted enough time." He turned and walked away, leaving her standing alone beside freshly turned soil, clutching divorce papers while her unborn child kicked softly, as if sensing her pain. Amelia collapsed to her knees. She had lost her mother. She had lost her marriage. And she had no idea that her life, just like her mother's secret, was about to change forever. 3 days later, Amelia returned to her mother's old home. The house smelled faintly of lavender and old books. Every room whispered memories, soft laughter, warm hugs, gentle advice. It hurt to breathe there. She found a sealed envelope on the dining table. "For my Amelia. Open only if I'm gone." Her hand shook as she opened it. "My darling girl, if you're reading this, I'm no longer able to protect you the way I always tried to. I'm sorry I never told you the truth. I was afraid the world would take you from me if they knew who you really were." Inside the envelope was a second folder. Bank documents, trust agreements, corporate shares, names she recognized from headlines. Amelia's heart nearly stopped. Her mother, quiet, humble Margaret Hale, was the majority owner of 3 global conglomerates, the hidden architect behind shipping empires, tech giants, and energy corporations. Her net worth was estimated at over $1 trillion. Amelia gasped, sinking into a chair. Another letter followed. "Victor married you for love at first, or so I hoped. But when he began asking questions about money, I knew the truth. He thought I was gone forever, leaving you with nothing. Let him believe that." Tears streamed down Amelia's face. "I have placed everything in your name, effective immediately. But more important than the money is this. Never let someone treat you as disposable. You were born extraordinary." As if on cue, her phone rang. Unknown number. "Mrs. Hale," a voice said respectfully. "This is the International Trust Council. We've been trying to reach you." Amelia swallowed. "Yes. We are at your service. Your inheritance is now active." In that moment, something inside Amelia shifted. She was still grieving, still heartbroken, but she was no longer powerless. Victor moved fast. Within a week, he had sold their shared apartment, frozen joint accounts, and spread rumors that Amelia was emotionally unstable. He filed for full control over the divorce terms, confident she had no resources to fight back. "She's nothing without her mother," he told his friend smugly. "Just another pregnant widow." Victor didn't know that every move he made was being quietly documented. When the divorce hearing arrived, Victor walked into the courtroom with a grin, arm in arm with his new girlfriend. Amelia arrived alone, dressed simply, her belly round beneath a soft blue dress. Victor laughed under his breath. "Still pretending you're strong." Amelia said nothing. The judge entered. Then the room fell silent. A row of attorneys stood behind Amelia, elite legal minds from 3 continents, financial experts, medical advisors, private security. Victor's smile vanished. The judge cleared his throat. "Mr. Hart, before proceedings continue, the court has received updated financial disclosures." Victor frowned. "What disclosures?" The lead attorney stood. "Your Honor, my client is Amelia Hale, sole heir to the Hale Global Trust." Gasps rippled through the courtroom. The judge blinked. "The Hale Trust, as in Margaret Hale?" "Yes," the attorney replied. "Estimated net worth exceeding $1 trillion. Victor's face drained of color. Amelia finally looked at him. Calm, steady, unbreakable. "You served me divorce papers at my mother's funeral," she said softly. "Today, I'm giving you exactly what you wanted." The judge ruled swiftly. Victor lost everything he tried to take. Custody claims dismissed. Assets frozen. His fraud exposed. As he was escorted out, Victor turned back, desperate. "Amelia, please." She rested a hand on her belly. "You chose who I was worth to you," she said. "Now live with it." Months later, Amelia gave birth to a healthy baby girl. She named her Margaret. From a hospital window overlooking the city, Amelia held her daughter close, tears of gratitude sliding down her cheeks. "I promise," she whispered, "you'll never feel abandoned." She didn't retreat into wealth. She used it. She built hospitals for mothers, shelters for women left with nothing, scholarships for children who felt invisible. People called her the gentle trillionaire. But to her daughter, she was simply Mama. One evening, as Amelia rocked baby Margaret to sleep, her phone buzzed. Victor had been sentenced for financial crimes after investigators uncovered years of deception. Amelia closed the message without emotion. Her past no longer owned her. Years later, Amelia stood in a sunlit garden, watching Margaret run through flowers, laughing freely. A man stood beside her, not rich, not powerful, just kind. A doctor who had treated her with respect long before knowing her name. "You didn't need saving," he once told her. "You already survived." Amelia smiled, finally understanding her mother's greatest lesson. True wealth wasn't hidden in banks. It lived in dignity, in resilience, in choosing love that stayed. And as her daughter ran back into her arms, Amelia knew. The woman abandoned at a funeral had become a legacy no one could ever erase.